the host of Aaron's Hour, Aaron Phillips.
And good morning, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Aaron's Hour, Coast to Coast, coming to you live from Virginia Beach, home of Sail 250. The Harbor Fest is happening in Norfolk, about 12 miles from where we currently reside. Thank you for joining me today and making me part of your Saturday, the Father's Day Eve, Summer Eve edition of Aaron's Hour. Joining me today in studio is a good friend of mine. We've known each other now almost a year through the Chamber of Commerce and other networking events with Christine Howard. Good morning. Yeah. Christine. I got too many Kristins and Christines. How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk to her in a little bit. She just so happens to wear multiple hats, but the big hat that she normally wears during the day, she's Vice President of Public Relations and Communications for the YMCA of Southampton Roads. And when she's got nothing else to do, she's a stand-up comedian. How cool is that? That's cool. I think that's just such a great wide spectrum of activities. So one kind of balances the other. For making today's show possible, I want to thank Coastal Aesthetics 757. Men, if you suffer from erectile dysfunction, reach out to Coastal Aesthetics. Tidewater Community College, from here, go anywhere. You guys know TCC. They're all around the Hampton Roads area. Sky 4, the home of my TV show, The Voice of 757, which airs today, 12:30 to 1 p.m. By the way, part 1 with Coach Chuck Hatcher and former heavyweight boxing champ James Bone Crusher Smith. And Freedom Lending Team, my good friend Stephanie Corcoran. If you are a veteran and you want to take advantage of your benefits for buying your first home or refinance, whatever you need, she specializes in helping veterans make sure they take full advantage of their VA benefits when it comes to mortgages. So Freedom Lending Team, Stephanie Corcoran, thank you very much for making this show, Aaron's Hour, a possibility. Plus, you'll hear from some other friends of mine. We've got, who do we have? Back Nine. We'll hear from them in a little bit. We have also Mount Chesapeake Church's second annual health fair. We'll talk about them. We got so many things going on. It's absolutely crazy. As always, quick shout out to Mr. John JPEG Styles in Vegas. Mr. John, how are you, sir, today?
I'm good.
That's good. Anything exciting going on in Vegas? Any plans for Father's Day weekend there for you all?
No, I'm going to take it easy, relax, kick back, not do anything, and leave all the rest of that crap to the amateurs.
So in other words, nothing different for you?
Typical everyday.
Typical status quo for John J.
Yeah, either behind the camera or in front of the TV screen. So
there you go. Excellent. Well, all right. Thank you for checking in, sir. And as always, you know, I'm on 3 Facebook pages live, 3 YouTube channels. Tomorrow, WWDBTV.TV. You can check out any of the replays for both Kiwanis Connects, which is on at 8 a.m. on DBTV, and Aaron's Hour, 1 p.m. So 7 platforms for you to rewatch all of your favorite episodes of all of your shows that is fit to show here in WWDBTV, including today with Kristen. We're going to talk to her in a second. But first, as always, you know what time it is. It's time for Vegas Unwrapped 2.0.
With a nod to the past and an eye to the future, here is Aaron Phillips with Vegas Unwrapped 2.0.
All right, as always, this is the part of the show where I like to share some of the lighter side and some newsworthy items, not only here in the Virginia Beach area, but of course back on the West Coast in the Vegas area, for those of you who are so inclined. First and foremost, one of the things I always like to share are some winnings in casinos. Of course, we have them out here. Virginia Beach, not like Vegas in terms of the plethora of casinos, but there's still so, you know what we get a lot of winners from here in this area is, of course, the scratch-offs and all of that stuff. Rivers Casino does every once in a while. They do share a big win. But how about this one? A tourist from Georgia on my mind, wins $10 million jackpot with a $5 bet within 3 minutes of walking into the casino.
Man, that'll buy a lot of peaches.
You're not kidding. So the lucky guest, who was not publicly named, he was playing the IGT Mega Bucks Wolf Run Eclipse slot machine at the Westgate, which is just off the strip behind the main strip. This past Tuesday, $5 wager, the visitor won a multi-million jackpot worth $10.3 million. Now that's gross. Whatever 28% of that is, of course, is probably what he took home or however he decided to get paid out. The Georgia-based resident celebrated the jackpot with fellow guests and casino team members, which is pretty
That's
cool
nice.
that he shared the wealth, right? While the news spread around the resort, according to press releases, the Westgate celebrated the winner on X, writing, "Congratulations to our newest multimillionaire. Around here, winners aren't just celebrated, they're made. Who's next?" So, $5 bet within 3 minutes. I wonder what the itch might have been in that person's pocket to keep playing to try to win and how much of that
Oh,
they
yeah.
put back, right?
Oh, it might. I think that with $10 million win, you would take it and go.
You would think.
I would think.
I mean, I would like to say that maybe I would put a few dollars back in because my mom, who loved going to Atlantic City, being from Jersey, always said, even when you win a jackpot, you should play off the next spin anyway. Just play it off the machine and clear the machine. So you got to at least try to get what you always, I've always played one more spin after winning something, right? But I don't know, $10 million certainly gives you a lot of leeway to keep playing if you wanted to and still walk out with a pretty penny afterwards. So
I've been to Vegas twice.
okay.
I have not gambled.
Either time?
No, there was one time I was walking through like an arcade type thing with my mom, and I
Okay.
found a token on the floor.
Okay.
And I put it in a machine, and so
That was this extent.
that's been my gambling career. So I don't even know.
Well, you know, here's the thing. You know, when you go to Vegas, if you live there, there's a lot of casinos off the strip that cater to the locals, right? And it just becomes part of. I mean, you can go into a supermarket and a gas station, and there's machines all over the place.
Right.
It's a shorter list of where there aren't any gambling devices, right? So when you live there, you kind of take it with a grain of salt. I tried to stay away from the strip in the 27 years I lived there because that's for the tourist area, unless I have family or friends that come in and you have to go down there. But yeah, I mean, my wife and I, every couple of months, maybe we'll go to dinner and take an extra $50 out. Good luck, however long it lasts. That's it, you know, so.
That's that's doing it for entertainment.
Correct.
Right.
Just doing it because.
It's not your retirement plan.
No, God, no. No. If I want to lose money that fast, I'll just put a match to a pile of 20s in the middle of the floor. So.
You just give it to me. I'll take care of
Okay,
it for
you got it.
Okay.
You'll hold on to it for
Thank
me.
you.
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely. Hey, by the way, the Sphere out there in Vegas recently had The Wizard of Oz and did a show within the Sphere, which was tremendous from all accounts. It was announced on ABC Channel 13 back there in Vegas that the next production that's going to be featured there coming next year is, of all shows, the Rocky Horror Picture Show. That's right, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm getting my tickets right now.
And your toast, are you going to show up dressed in drag too?
Yes,
I want to see pictures of that.
you got it.
So be on the lookout for the details about that. The Rocky Horror Picture Show showing up at the Sphere, which for those who don't know is owned by Madison Square Garden here on the East Coast. James Dolan, who owns the Knicks and MSG here. By the way, congratulations to my New York Knicks. I am a New York Knicks fan. For the first time ever, though, I actually own now a basketball jersey. I have all sorts of jerseys, football, baseball, and like never had a basketball jersey. I will say I did jump on the Jalen Brunson jersey bandwagon. That's the jersey I own. But congratulations to the Knicks. 53 years, 2 million people down in the Canyon of Heroes for their parade the other day. 2 million people. Considering New York City has 8 million people in it, 25% of the population went down for the parade. Not too bad. All right, let's bring some news closer to the Virginia Beach side of things. We have a hotel here in Virginia Beach called the, why am I blanking? There it is, the Cavalier Hotel, right down there on waterfront, very high end. I've yet to be there. But I do have some friends that are planning on getting married there later this year, which I will be officiating for them, by the way. So if you want to get married by a certified rabbi or any denomination need, give me a call. We call that the angelic voice is what my friend of mine termed that. So you can, the voice of whatever. Okay, so the Cavalier Hotel, which was first built in 1927, so it's over 100 years old, right? Just about 100 years old, was recently sold to the Wheelock Street Capital Company. There's 3 pieces of the property that make up the Cavalier, right? You have the Cavalier, let's see, the historic Cavalier Hotel Beach Club, the Marriott Virginia Beach Oceanfront and Embassy Suites is all part of the Cavalier Associates. So the resort completed as a public-private partnership in 2023 for a cool $458 million, now accounts for 547 rooms, 81 private homes, 35 condos, 9 restaurants, 6 pools, a spa, and a distillery sitting on roughly 15 acres of land. They're not saying how much it was sold for, however. They're keeping that part under wraps. But Wheelock takes over the Virginia Tourism Corporation's gap financing agreement, in which 1% of sales tax, the 1% local sales tax, and 1% developer access fees for all transactions on the properties is going to go towards the $24.5 million that they currently still have in debt from the original loan. Roughly $13 million has gone towards paying off the debt since the renovated historic Cavalier Hotel reopened in 2018. In 2023 presentation to the city council, the representative from Wheelock said that the resort's contribution of $9.5 million has been added to the tax revenue to the city of Virginia Beach. So we'll see what happens. But right now, that partnership, the Historic Cavalier, is part of Marriott's Autograph Collection, which means it's an upper upscale to luxury hotels that are independently owned. So if you want to check that out, I encourage you to do that. Worst case scenario, I'll be there in October for my friend's wedding, checking out the property. But it is beautiful. There's a lot of events that take place there. Here's some good news. What part of town do you live in again?
Virginia Beach.
You're in Virginia Beach also. So Chesapeake, you probably heard the news, Greenbrier Mall, right off the highway there, really is a sad state of affairs as far as a mall is concerned. Not unlike MacArthur Mall down in Norfolk, right? They're going to be demolishing that. So the Chesapeake City Council unanimously voted in favor of a conditional use permit for new Costco to be developed on the property where the Greenbrier Mall is. The proposed project includes a fuel station and an auto service center alongside where the main warehouse club is, not unlike other Costcos that are around. They have that use. The development aims to replace the former Sears store that was located at Greenbrier Mall. I didn't realize how, obviously not being here but for the last 2 years, but Sears there closed in 2018. That building's been sitting empty for 8 years so far. Now that the Chesapeake City Council has approved the conditional use permit, the Sears building will be demolished to make way for the new Costco warehouse. So, which is a good thing, because from an economic development standpoint, that's a lot of property over there. And now that'll mean new jobs, new environment, new invigoration for whatever mall stores are still going to be there to bring traffic.
Costco's a destination.
Yes.
People will drive in. Right now, the closest one for us is in Norfolk. And so everybody from Chesapeake, Virginia Beach, we all go to, I say we, I'm not a Costco shopper, but we go to Norfolk to be able to.
That's a great point.
That. And so the revitalization of that area and that area of Chesapeake, the Greenbrier area, has increased in population by almost 400% in the last 10 years.
Wow, 400%.
Yeah.
Wow, that's huge. They have a great golf course there. They have Greenbrier Country Club. They have a lot of great accoutrements.
Y.
They have a nice Y over there.
Very busy Y.
Is it Dollar Store or
Dollar Tree?
Dollar Tree has a corporate office open in that area, so it is a great area there, and so that's a great thing for that location. Okay, two other pieces of news. I'm checking the time. We're good on time. So many of you know, if you're a golfing fan, the Virginia Beach National Golf Course is here in Virginia Beach. They've done tournament tours there. It's a beautiful property. I'm also proud to say, for one of the few places that has events that I've participated in, it's real close to my house for a change. I don't have to get in my car and drive hours to get places. But this has just come up that there's revitalization going on there, that the Virginia Beach National Golf Course, which originally at one point about a year ago, there was talk about redesigning a couple of holes only and kind of leaving everything the way it is. Well, now things have come up that there's a good chance that the entire property is going to be sold and redesigned, right, to include housing and condos and new golf holes, and not getting rid of the golf course, but redesigning it. But why do I bring that up? Because there's something else that's housed on that property called First Tee, which is actually part of what Kristen's involved with because of the YMCA. Is it? What is First Tee? I mean, to me, it's just like, well, that's the first place you go on a golf course. No, there's more to it than that. What is First Tee?
So First off, the First Tee property is a 9-hole walking course.
Okay.
It's beautifully maintained. It's it's par 3. It's easy.
Okay.
Well, it's still hard for me. Easy for actual golfers.
Right.
And really low stakes.
Okay.
And so people can go there. They can bring their kids. You don't have to reserve a tee time. There's no dress code. It's not expensive.
Very chill and laid back.
It's very chill, so it removes a lot of the barriers to golf.
Okay.
So there's the property, which is not involved in this.
Right, because this is out in front of it. This is
we're adjacent.
There you go.
Yeah. So if you look at the renderings,
Okay.
you'll see that there's 9 holes off to the side.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first tee. That's
Okay.
this part.
That's
the
over
first tee that is not being affected by this.
Okay.
Virginia Beach National is a very good partner to us. They maintain our course for us, and this plan shows that they are going to stay, and so we're very happy about that. And as a Virginia Beach resident, part of this plan is to have 600 new houses.
Right.
And the houses are going to be affordable, more affordable than the stuff in that area right now.
Correct.
And so they are medium density housing, and then they're also going to open up a childcare facility. And as anybody who has kids in this area, childcare is a huge need right now. And in Virginia Beach, the Y is the biggest provider of childcare in the area.
Okay.
Second only to the school systems.
Oh, wow. Okay.
If you consider school childcare,
a lot of people do. A lot of parents do.
Well, I know.
But we're not just talking safe key.
Right. So the kids. So we recognized that we had this childcare desert almost in Virginia Beach, and so now we're expanding our childcare in Virginia Beach as well, and increasing. We're about 265 new early learning spots. So that's preschool, and then we're also expanding before and after school care.
Gotcha.
And all of that is licensed childcare.
Okay.
And the Commonwealth has very strict licensing rules, so to make sure all the kids are safe and they are actually learning things when they're in preschool. It's not just playing.
Right.
And so, I think having another childcare facility, I think it's awesome.
It's funny you mentioned about the childcare side of what's needed in our area. My guest on the show last week, Lisa Deshpande, she is the founder of a new not childcare but a preschool called Celebrity Schools. They're going to be opening up on Salem and Lynn Haven. There's a former Rite Aid over there apparently.
Yeah, I know exactly where.
So they're breaking ground on the 26th of June. We'll talk about it during the break. And also we'll be providing that preschool and after school care up to 12 years old.
Yeah.
So again, filling the need, that's very important. But along the lines of what you just talked about, over half of the housing will be priced for people at or below 120% of the local average median income, and rezoning though will be needed for all that housing that is being talked about. Here's how the purchase is. First of all, public hearing is scheduled for July 7th. And the city council could vote on this the following week on July 14th. So if you're interested to voice your opinions on this, July 7th is the place to go. Under the purchase terms, the developer would pay $17.9 million for the land. That would be used to make improvements, with another $1.8 million from the Virginia Beach Development Association and an additional $18.4 million from private investment. The city would cover $4.3 million for turn lanes, streetscape improvements, utilities, sewer extension, and the developer and the city would plan for contingency. So there's a lot more to this. Please go to my Facebook page. I have the article posted on there if you want to get more details. But this is good news because it's development. It's repurposing the land. It's not going to affect First Tee, which is even better news for the community and the kids and the families that go there. And there's a lot going on. With that, I'm running a little behind schedule. That's okay. What's new around here? When we come back on the other side, we're going to get started with Kristen seriously around here, talk about some fun stuff that she does as a stand-up comedian, but more importantly, what she does here for the YMCA Southampton Roads. And your feedback and commercials and content, don't go anywhere. A lot to come. We'll be right back.
Stephanie Corcoran, branch manager of the Freedom Lending Team, is a dedicated VA home loan specialist that runs a team with one mission, serving those who have served our country. As a proud military family member, she understands the sacrifices that come with service. That's why Stephanie and her team are committed to making the VA loan process simple, clear, and tailored specifically for veterans and active duty families. Whether you're buying your first home or using your VA benefits again, you deserve a team that knows the ins and outs and puts your needs first. To chat with Stephanie, call 209-777-5160. At Freedom Lending Team, we don't just do VA loans, we specialize in them. Let us help you take the next step by bringing veterans home.
Men, are you disappointing your partner in the bedroom? Let's cut to the chase. Are you suffering from erectile dysfunction? 50% of men between the ages of 40 to 70 experience some form of ED. If you are experiencing ED, there is help without pills or needles to even worry about. Coastal 757 Aesthetics has new technology for men called Apex RF. Apex RF is a modern, non-invasive treatment that uses radio frequency to strengthen tissue from the inside out, resulting in better blood flow to the penis and a happier life partner. Call Coastal 757 Aesthetics at 757-481-4036 for a free consultation. That's 757-481-4036. Coastal 757 Aesthetics. Care for all phases of life.
Imagine being able to golf no matter the weather or time of day. Well, now you can at Back 9 Great Bridge in Chesapeake. Grab your clubs and swing by for the next level of golf. Back 9 is open 24/7, play on your own schedule, get pro-level swing data, and much more. Try St. Andrews, then Pebble Beach to test your skills. It's also a great way to start playing golf without the distractions, pressure, or cost of playing 18 holes outside. Back 9 offers individual and corporate memberships to fit your needs. Back 9 is now open at 500 South Battlefield Boulevard in Chesapeake. Visit our website for more information. Level up your game without stepping on the course with Back 9.
It's not just you're here for 2 years and you're gone. It's you have a community, you have a network.
It doesn't matter where you came from or what you've done in the past. Everybody has the same opportunity here.
The financial resources, the community aspect of it, really important for your first 2 years of college. And you get that at TCC.
You know, we take family real serious here at TCC. We're a community, hence Tapwater Community College.
Picture. Hi there, welcome back. There's a picture of him on the wall over there. We're just talking on the side over here. Anyway, we'll get back to that in commercial break. Anyway, John, can you put up the flyer that I sent you just now via email if you can, please? If not, I'll just do a live read on it. The Mount Chesapeake, there you go. Thank you, sir. The Mount Chesapeake Church's second annual Community Health Fair will be Saturday, July 25th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. This community-focused event aims to promote health awareness, provide vital services, and connect families with trusted healthcare professionals and community partners. The event will feature a wide range of free health services and family-friendly activities, including mammograms, PSA, blood pressure tests, vascular testing, BMI assessments, colon screenings, fitness sessions, and yoga, cooking demonstrations, bounce house, children's activities, and additionally, all major healthcare systems in the Hampton Roads area will be in attendance, making this an excellent opportunity for meaningful collaboration and outreach, and making sure you're healthy. So check it out. That courtesy comes from my good friend Arrington Gavin, the host of the Arrington Gavin Show, and his sister's running that. So he asked me to share that with everybody. I said, I will absolutely do that. Arrington, your bill will be in the mail. Okay, Kristen Howard, as I mentioned, she's a communications executive, public relations strategist, and she is serving as the vice president Public Relations and Communications for the YMCA of Southampton Roads. Also military veteran. Thank you for your service. What branch did you serve in?
I was in the Royal Canadian Air Force.
That's right. You're originally from Canada.
I am.
The Royal is like so that would be equivalent to our Air Force, right?
Yeah.
To the U.S. Air Force. Yeah. Did you fly?
No, I was a photographer, public affairs. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, how cool is that?
I mean, I went in planes.
Well, no, obviously, yeah, you had to get those aerial shots somehow, didn't you?
But I had to travel.
As I just put a jetpack on,
no.
Just fly all over the place.
No, my dad told everybody that I was joining to be a pilot, and I had gone to school for photography and was working as a photographer, and I learned of this job in the military. And I was like, "That's cool.
That's
I want to do that." And so I joined, and my dad told everybody that I was joining to be a pilot, and my cousin called me and she was like, what a pilot? And I was just like, what are you talking about? But I'm pretty sure my dad tells everybody I check people in at the front desk at the YMCA too, which I do.
You do if you have to, right? Yeah,
I would if I had to.
That's right.
Know?
That's right.
But it's not my expertise.
Jack of all trades, right? That's all right.
Yeah.
Hey, whatever works,
Yeah.
That's right. And then on the other side of her life, she's a stand-up comedian and teaches comedy workshops for veterans through the Armed Services Arts Part. If you ever need someone to teach podcasting and things like that, let me know. I'd love to come in because I teach what I do more from the lines of helping people with their skills of communication. Just so happens we apply it to what I do here.
Right.
So if you ever have something like that in your workshops that you think the folks would be interested in, I'd love to come in and be a guest speaker.
Okay. I'll
Absolutely.
Let them
All right, cool. All right. While we do our own business over here, you guys just talk amongst yourselves. So let's talk about the YMCA. I want to ask, you can't live under a rock and not have heard of the YMCA for all these years. Okay. There's also a song from the Village People, which I won't sing because she hates that, by the way. She's not a big fan of that. No, I'm only kidding.
Yeah.
But
it's a fun song.
It is a fun song. You can't help but do the letters when it comes up. I want to talk about, first of all, explain what the YMCA is in general. And then I'm going to ask you to kind of go a different direction, bust some myths about what people think the YMCA is.
Can I start with the myths?
Whatever you want to do. It's your time. However you want to attack it.
So you're right. The Y has huge brand recognition.
Right.
They're up there with like Nike,
Mm-hmm.
huge brand recognition.
Right.
And so, but people know us for what brings people to the Y generally, for the gym,
right.
for the pool,
right.
for day camp, for
right.
childcare. And a lot of people, the biggest myth is they don't realize that we're a nonprofit.
Okay.
And so even I was a longtime Y member.
Okay.
I grew up going to the Y. I went to Y residential camp. I went to Y day camp. I was a member always. And I didn't even know that it was a nonprofit until the Princess Anne Y here in Virginia Beach.
Mm-hmm.
We were already members of this Y. And so we went there, started going there. And one of the fitness people asked me for a donation because they were doing their campaign.
Okay.
And I was just like, for what? what are you doing with this money?
Right.
Like, it feels like you're doing pretty good.
I was going to say, the lights are on.
And so he explained to me that the Y offers scholarships.
Okay.
And
for membership,
for day camp, for childcare,
Gotcha.
Because the Y doesn't want to turn anybody away.
Sure.
And
Makes
so,
sense.
and if you are working in a job, if you're a single mom,
Mm-hmm.
you're working in a job,
mm-hmm.
and it's a choice between working with childcare
mm-hmm.
and not working.
Right.
The Y wants to be there for you.
Sure.
And wants to make it affordable for
right.
you. And so we have a sliding scale, and we will, work with you to make it fit into your budget.
Okay.
And that's really what the donor dollars are for. When we ask for individual donations, that's really what we're asking
to help offset those other costs for those who are in need.
Exactly. Exactly. And we also offer memberships for teens during the summer. And so, and although those memberships are free for the teens, they're not free for us.
Sure. You still have employees that have to service them and all of that.
And we do bring on additional employees to provide programming and stuff for the teens. The first year that we ran the free teen memberships was in 2022, and we thought maybe we'd get 1,000 kids sign up across our whole service area.
Okay, all across Southampton roads.
Yeah, so we go up the eastern shore of Franklin, South Boston, down into the Outer Banks.
Gotcha.
And so we thought we'd get maybe 1,000 kids sign up, and we had 4,400.
Wow.
Which is a lot.
Sure, it's 400 times what you expected.
Right, and so we were like, oh, wait, there's a need here. And so, Chesapeake City Police, they were helping us, because the municipalities saw that the kids needed something to do.
Absolutely.
I have teenagers myself, and luckily they've always been Y members, and now my son is going today to work his YMCA residential camp job up in the Catskills.
Oh, the Catskills.
Yeah, I told him he's having his dirty dancing summer, but he didn't know what that meant.
But oh my God, you dated yourself in a reference.
And the irony of that is that movie was shot in Virginia. But
really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
My grandparents had a summer house up in Loch Sheldrick, which is part of the Catskills. So I grew up there. So you mentioned the Catskills. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, he's going to Frost Valley.
Okay.
And so he's up there for the summer, and I'm very jealous.
Oh,
if I could go back, I would. I don't really like kids. That's my problem.
When they grow up and get out of the way, it's funny how we all change that way.
They don't really. I'm like,
nah, stay over there. Yeah.
And people have people have their thing.
Sure.
And some
sure.
people are just so, I watch our childcare people.
Right.
They're just so good. And even just our camp staff interacting with adults, like they're so good at motivating people to do things and to like, they're fun and all these things. I'm just not that. Like it's not my skill set.
There's a reason you do what you do.
Exactly.
I'm in my lane.
I'm in my lane. And so, and you're in your lane. I want to make it as easy as possible for you to thrive in what you're doing.
Absolutely.
And so, and I feel like that's my role. So I mean, again, I would if I had to.
Oh, of course. You do what you got to do, but you prefer not to.
But
Give
the
it a
kids
choice.
would prefer I don't.
That's like when I used to substitute. I used to work in the elementary level. You know, here I am. I was like Arnold Schwarzenegger in kindergarten cop walking into these classes, right? Because of how my size. Superman had kryptonite.
Yeah.
Mine was kindergarten classes. And I taught, you can put me in first grade, second grade on up. I said, I don't have the patience for kinder classes. If I have to go cover a class for a period, okay.
Right.
It's not, it's against my druthers. So I get staying in my lane and I know where my weaknesses and strengths are. I get that. You made me realize something talking about this. Like right after I got married, where I lived in New Jersey, there was a YMCA, if memory serves, was in either Cranford or Westfield, New Jersey, not far from where I lived up there. I actually worked a summer in the workout area, in the gym area, as a trainer at the local Y up there. Yeah, I mean, I'm talking, this was forever. This was a lifetime ago. So as we're talking about this, it was such a brief time. I literally just about forgot I had done that until you brought it up with the gym facilities there. I want to ask this question. First of all, how many YMCA facilities are there within the Hampton Roads under your jurisdiction, so to speak?
Yeah, so we have, it's in flux right now because we just sold one of our locations on Greenbrier North.
Okay.
And so
who buys a facility like that?
It was one of the neighbors wanted to expand.
Gotcha. So it was a different business. It wasn't like another daycare or child.
No,
okay, gotcha.
And so they needed
they wanted extra space.
So so we are taking that money and reinvesting in the Greenbrier family location, which is just down the street from the mall that you were talking about. It's right on Greenbrier Parkway.
Gotcha. I probably passed it a million times going home.
It's got a red roof. It's
on the going away from the highway. It's on the left-hand side, I want to say.
Yeah.
Same side as the mall, right?
Exactly.
Okay, got it.
That's Greenbrier family. And so we're reinvesting in that area. That's like my new good statistic about because
you're doing your homework in that area.
Yeah. And so, and also our corporate office is over there too.
Oh, okay.
So that's where I go to work.
Gotcha.
And so location. So we have a residential camp on the Eastern Shore.
Okay.
That's one location. We have 20 family centers, which is your typical, what you think of as
typical YMCA facility.
Yeah, your workout area, your pool, your childcare, that stuff.
Right.
We have a preschool, which is on Salem Road, right across from where Salem Elementary School is.
Gotcha.
And then we have our corporate office. Did I say that one already?
You did. That's okay.
Okay. We have First Tee.
Right. Okay.
And then we have 3 outdoor day camps.
Gotcha.
So we call those we call those regional day camps.
Okay.
So we have Camp Grom out in Virginia Beach, which is massive and beautiful. It was built in partnership with the Virginia Gentlemen in order to serve kids of all abilities and also military veterans and their families. And so everything there is adaptable. You can do. A kid in a wheelchair can go up the Alpine Tower. They can, everything. And then I'm sure I'm forgetting. So
that's okay.
We have 20 family centers, 3 regional camps, a golf course, an overnight camp, and a preschool.
It sounds like a lot, but like you talked about at the top, given the need for these additional programs and daycares and support for the families, probably is not nearly, and obviously it's not enough because there's big challenges.
Yeah.
Before I forget, what is the website people can go to learn more about the YMCA in the area?
YMCASHR.org.
Okay. John, did you get that? YMCA HR.
SHR, Southampton Roads.
What she said, YMCASHR.org.
I'm keeping you honest today.
There you are. I don't know what it is. Let me put that in the little chat box here. So we're talking YMCASHR.org. Right? right? YMCAHRSHR.org. There you go, John.
Yeah.
Put that on the crawl. So we're going to crawl the website. You can check out, and of course, like Kristen said at the top, they are a nonprofit. So when you go to the website, of course, there is a donate button up there. You can click on that. What if someone says, look, I can only donate $10? What does $10 do to help a kid or help a program specific? Like,
yeah, $10. Say $10 can offset the cost of swim lessons.
there you go.
You know,
Okay.
swim lessons are the number one, or drowning is the number one cause of death for kids under the age of 5.
Okay.
Cause of accidental death.
Accidental death.
But swim lessons have been shown to improve the rate of survival by 88%.
Wow. 88%. So $10, folks, can make a difference in a child's life of drowning or not. So
Yeah.
I share that because I, for one, when I make donations to nonprofits, I like to see the scale of what my money can specifically do.
Well, you look at an
so-
organization like ours,
Yeah.
and it's huge,
Sure.
massive, right? And you think $10, that's just like a drop in the bucket. That's nothing.
Doesn't sound like a lot,
But for each individual, it is a lot.
absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely. We bring it down to the smallest finite number to comprehend. $10 makes a difference for one child to get a swim lesson. And if it's going to save their life by 88%, God, it's well worth the $10. All right, before we go to break, I'm going to change gears on you real quickly for some of my bizarro questions that have absolutely nothing to do with anything serious in life. So here we go. Who's your favorite actor of all time? First thing that comes to mind.
Oh, goodness. I don't really have a favorite. I really like Robert De Niro.
Oh,
And,
okay.
you know, like that
You're talking to me.
Yeah, that kind of stuff.
Okay.
But I like Jack Nicholson. I
Okay.
kind of like the older
Okay.
guys. Yeah.
That's all right. The older genre.
The older, yeah.
How about your favorite actress, female side? Do you have one on the female side?
Halle Berry?
Halle Berry. There
Only
you go.
because she's so beautiful.
But yet she was the worst Catwoman that was.
She really was.
she
Yeah.
was- it's a shame.
She's no Michelle Pfeiffer. There
No,
you
she's
go.
not.
She's-
No, is she no Lee Merriweather, by the way.
Mm.
Going back to classics. Okay, favorite all-time movie, so that when it comes on,
Yeah.
you turn your phone off, you grab your favorite adult beverage and snacks, presumably your spouse or family member you want to shut down. What movie or binge-worthy TV show is that for you?
I like The Sopranos. It's my binge-worthy TV show. And then also, like, I have a couple of favorite movies that I
Okay.
could probably quote all of them. And it's like Coming to America, Cool Runnings, Pretty Woman, you know.
Cool Runnings
Big
was such
Lebowski.
a Big Lebowski. But Cool Runnings was such an underrated classic.
Oh, it was so
Right?
good.
I mean, it's based on a true story. One of John Candy's, I think, before he passed away, one of his better roles.
Yep.
But I love Cool Runnings.
My dad and I, when I was a teenager, my dad and I lived alone together,
Okay.
which was weird because I have brothers and
Sure,
you know,
sure.
but they were out of the house.
Right.
And there was a convenience store next to our apartment building, and so we would go and rent movies.
Okay.
And we would rent Cool Runnings over and over again.
Well, that's all right. I mean, that's like for me watching Batman over and over,
Yeah.
or A League of Their Own over and over.
Yeah, I
So
do
I
like League of
get it. I get it. All right, John, we're going to go to break right now. Break number 2 coming up. More messages from those supporting the show, like Coastal Athletics, Tidewater Community College, Sky 4, Freedom Lending Team. When we come back, we're going to learn about the other side of Kristen's life, stand-up comedy. Yeah, you guessed it. We're going to dive into that a little bit. You're watching Irons Out. We'll be right back.
Men, are you disappointing your partner in the bedroom? Let's cut to the chase. Are you suffering from erectile dysfunction? 50% of men between the ages of 40 to 70 experience some form of ED. If you are experiencing ED, there is help without pills or needles to even worry about. Coastal 757 Aesthetics has new technology for men called Apex RF. Apex RF is a modern, non-invasive treatment that uses radio frequency to strengthen tissue from the inside out, resulting in better blood flow to the penis and a happier life partner. Call Coastal 757 Aesthetics at 757-481-4036 for a free consultation. That's 757-481-4036. Coastal 757 Aesthetics. Care for all phases of life.
Stephanie Corcoran, branch manager of the Freedom Lending Team, is a dedicated VA home loan specialist that runs a team with one mission, serving those who have served our country. As a proud military family member, she understands the sacrifices that come with service. That's why Stephanie and her team are committed to making the VA loan process simple, clear, and tailored specifically for veterans and active duty families. Whether you're buying your first home or using your VA benefits again, you deserve a team that knows the ins and outs and puts your needs first. To chat with Stephanie, call 209-777-5160. At Freedom Lending Team, we don't just do VA loans, we specialize in them. Let us help you take the next step by bringing veterans home.
All right, welcome back. We're just talking about voiceover talent while we're here. Welcome back to Aaron's Hour. Coastal Aesthetics, Tidewater Community College, Sky 4 Freedom Lending Team. John, can you bring up the Celebrity School groundbreaking flyer, if you would, please? Last week's guest, Lisa Deshpande. She is the founder, 30-plus-year veteran of education. She is opening up Celebrity School, groundbreaking ceremony, as you see there on the flyer, Friday, June 26, 1 p.m. The address is 1808 Salem Road, which is right on the corner of Salem and Lynn Haven. There used to be a Rite Aid building there. I think I'm sure I've driven right by. Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah. I know I've driven by there because you know what, my dentist is like right in that area. Conoco. And I hate, Conoco. I hate dentists. So whenever it comes to talk of dentists, I like pass out. So I probably never noticed anything else around there. But anyway, that's June 26th. If you can make it to the groundbreaking, they are looking obviously for family enrollment. They're also looking for experienced educators. You must be certified for certain positions. Bring your resume, go on down there, ask for Lisa, tell her Aaron sent you. All right, let's talk about how long have you been doing stand-up and why stand-up? I mean, it seems like such a, like we were talking during the break about how you like opposites in your life, you know, in terms of interest. So doing the, I'll just say straight-laced kind of work that you do for the YMCA, communications, PR and all that. Now you're stand-up comedy. How does that happen?
Well,
I think it's cool, by the way.
Doing communications and PR, you know, all that crisis communications management, all those things. Yeah, it is very serious.
Yeah.
But also it's the why, you know, like, so we don't take ourselves that seriously.
Okay.
So a lot of it is fun and stuff. But I think the common thread between the two things is storytelling.
Gotcha.
And so I tell the story of the why.
Okay.
And I tell the story of my life.
Okay.
And so growing up, I always got in trouble at school for talking too much.
Me too.
Always. And I'm also very nosy. Okay. And I want, if I'm interested in something, I want to know all the things.
Sure. All the components.
Right. And so researching and writing and all that, it's just something I've always been interested in. Right. And then talking a lot.
Okay.
And both of those things lend themselves very much to talking a lot. Communications, PR, stand-up comedy.
Gotcha.
I get in front of people and I talk a lot.
Sure.
That's what I do.
So how long have you been doing the stand-up comedy stuff?
I started in 2017.
Okay.
So my youngest son I had just had him.
Okay.
And my husband was in the Navy.
Gotcha.
And I don't want to say he was an accident, but he was definitely a surprise.
Okay.
So when I had that baby, I already hadn't had a baby.
Gotcha.
And so I had these two little tiny kids. And then I also had my two
older kids. Which then explains your feeling about kids nowadays, like we were talking about before the break.
I didn't like kids to begin with. I don't know what's wrong with me.
And how many children do you have? 4?
I have 4.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I have a stepdaughter who's older too. So there's 5 altogether. But
gotcha.
Yeah, 4 in the house. And so my husband had sent me this flyer thing that the chaplain had sent out to his command and said, you should do this. And it was a flyer for the Armed Services Arts Partnership for stand-up comedy classes right here at the Sandler Center.
Okay. Oh.
And I was
complex.
Yeah. And I was like, I'm not doing that. That's stupid. Like, I'm not doing that.
Okay.
Actually, I think that was at the Slover Library.
I'm sure you might have been a little more descriptive in your response to him, but thank you for saying about that.
I think I just didn't answer at all. I was like, that's dumb. And then, so like maybe a few weeks go by, something, and I was holding the baby while my toddler was having an absolute meltdown, temper tantrum.
Okay.
And I was sitting on one side of the door while he was like banging on the door on the other side, and the baby had fallen asleep, and I was on my phone, and I just applied.
Okay.
For this class, for this stand-up comedy class.
Gotcha.
And my husband was like, I think his email to me said, you should do this. You'd be really good at it.
Okay.
And I was just like, that's dumb. And so I did it, and I went in there. I was so nervous.
Okay.
And but then I kind of loosened up, and I just had an aptitude for it. And so one of our instructors booked me for a couple of his shows.
Okay.
And then it just sort of snowballed from there.
Gotcha.
And I did it a lot. Whenever my husband was in town, I would be out, 3-4 nights a week doing it. And then COVID came, and I did it online a whole bunch. And then the soul got sucked out of me, talking into a vacuum, kind of like this. I'm kidding, but at least I have somebody to talk to.
There you go, exactly.
And then, so coming out of COVID now, my kids are older and more busy.
Okay.
I have this job, which is very busy, and so I don't do it as much.
Okay.
But I don't ever say no.
Sure. So do you write your own material?
Oh yeah, writing is really my favorite part of it.
Gotcha.
I talk a lot of crap about my family. And the irony is, when I started doing this stand-up class, my husband would be like, yeah, you could talk about that time I did this, or you could talk about this. And I'd be like, I'm not talking about you, fool. I am not talking about you.
Do you take stories from the YMCA? I mean, obviously you have to change your names to protect the innocent.
I don't.
If something goofy and silly happens that makes you just laugh out loud at work, you wouldn't translate that somehow?
I might.
Maybe the basis of a joke or storytelling?
Really, I talk, mostly my shtick is my kids. I talk about my kids. I do talk about my husband a bit. Well, that original stand-up set that I did was mostly just me trash talking my husband.
Gotcha.
Because he kept telling me to write stuff about him, and I was like, no, I'm not going to. And then one day, I used to write my stuff on Wednesdays. It was like I had a schedule.
You had a routine.
I had a routine.
Okay.
And one Wednesday, he pissed me off so bad that I just wrote all this stuff about him.
I just opened up the can.
So it's like Dear Diary. Like but in
a way, that's got to be cathartic in a way too, even though you're doing it to get laughs, and I'm sure your husband understands that, and it's not an issue. Yeah. But processing it has got to be good in a way too. It gives you that ability to release.
Absolutely. And then once it's written down on paper, then I can decide whether or not I want to tell other people about it. Right. And or what I can say about it, that's where the funny is, without
going over that line.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, not every joke that's told is always going to get laughs. There's the bombing feature of being on stage, and you get that immediate reaction.
Absolutely.
Which is why theater or movie performers, movie actors and actresses, every once in a while will go to Broadway or do stuff in front of a live audience, because they need that immediate reaction. So obviously the big lesson when you get all the applause is you feel good about yourself. I'm like, all right, I can do this. But then when you go out there and you hear nothing but birds chirping and crickets, what's the opposite feeling of that? What can you take from that experience?
Well, everybody bombs.
Sure.
It doesn't matter who you are, you know, and failing is not really a bad thing.
Right.
It's what you do after you fail.
Oh, right.
So if you took that bombing and you never did it again,
right.
Do you really want your last stand-up experience to be you like failing on stage and having that kind of icky feeling about it? But I bomb. I bomb in my job, my everyday job.
Right. We bomb every day in what we do at times, right?
You just sometimes you're not always awesome.
Right.
And you could take the same material, the same venue, the same set, the same lineup, different audience.
Right. And it works.
And it works one day, the very next night it won't work.
The voice never bombs. That's the first bomb right there, folks.
Yeah, it just I think bombing's not that bad.
Yeah, no, but there's lessons to be learned from it, I think is probably the good side of it. We don't like to, We want to succeed every day. We want to make a
Yeah.
difference in everything we do, but not everything we do is going to work. We have to
Right.
tweak it, you
Right.
know. And in 21 years that I'm doing this, God knows how many times I've changed directions or
Yeah.
changed this or changed that, and
Or moved across the country.
or moved across the country. I told my wife, I said, if you even mumble the word move, I said, I'm going to walk out of the house with you with the clothes on my back. I'm not packing another box or taking another bed with me. We're just going to leave everything in this house and we'll start fresh elsewhere. But I think we're done here. I think this will be the house we're finished in.
I've lived actually in Virginia Beach longer than I've lived anywhere else.
Oh, really?
Yeah, anywhere. My mom worked for the federal government,
Okay.
so we moved around, and
Gotcha.
then I joined the military. We moved around, and so we had a cat that passed away a few years ago, and I was calculating how many houses we had her in, and it was like 21 houses.
Holy cow!
In 18, she was only 18.
21 houses.
So now that we've lived in our house for like a decade,
right?
I've never lived anywhere
That
that long.
long.
And so I tell my husband, I'm going to die in this house. This is where I will be forever.
Right.
And so when he was getting out of the Navy, a lot of our family thought that we would move back up to Canada because my husband's family was in Toronto.
Gotcha.
And so we thought, yeah, okay. But the borders were closed because of COVID.
That's right. That's
and
right.
then we both got jobs that we really liked.
Right.
And so we stayed. And now my kids don't want to move back.
Right.
Because now they're old enough that they care and they have a
Right.
say. And I think there's something to be said for having roots.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, totally. You know, it's interesting when you talk about that. I've lived in New Jersey, I've lived in Nevada, now I live in Virginia. But I've moved around within those states enough times. And when we moved to Las Vegas, my daughter, I have twin daughters that are now 30 something. One of the reasons we selected this area to move back to is one of my daughters works at Old Dominion, so she's over in Norfolk. My other daughter, she is a Broadway sound engineer, so she traveled a lot early on, never really had the roots. Now she works up in Broadway. She lives up in northern New Jersey. But the point to that is like, where do you want to make those roots? And when they graduated high school and they went off to college, one of the first things they said to us is, "We're not coming back to Las Vegas. It's not their kind of town." And so I looked at my wife and I said, we're going to be moving somewhere again, right? At that point. And then when they graduated college, they reiterated that point. It's like, okay, where are we going next, babe? And it wouldn't happen until she retired from education. My wife is nearly 40 years. And that's how we moved back this way. Because I swore when I moved to Vegas, I wasn't driving cross country again.
Right.
Yeah, guess that again. All right. What do we have left? We have about 6-7 minutes left. So you know what that means? It's I got to go back to those other questions for you.
Okay.
What's your dream vacation? Where do you want to go someday that you haven't been for vacation?
I really want to go to Morocco.
Okay. Why is that? Why Morocco?
Before my mom passed away, my brother had suggested it as a place for her and I to go to, and my mom was like, I don't know. And I think it's beautiful.
Okay.
And
wasn't Morocco in the Indiana Jones movies too?
I probably, I've watched them. I don't remember.
I was going to say, don't tell me you didn't watch them.
Some sort of rock or something. There's like a ball.
This is a ball run, right? Yeah, something like that. Exactly. Something right out of a Batman movie as far as something like that, right?
No, I watched them. I don't.
Yeah, I think the first one, part of his travels in the first one was he was in Morocco with his team and whatnot. So, okay, next question for you. Assuming you don't already have this parked in your driveway.
Okay.
What is your favorite all-time vehicle that you'd like to own or see parked in your driveway someday?
I like the old Broncos.
The boxy ones from like the late 70s? Okay.
The Toyota Land Cruisers, the old ones. I like that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Speaking of Broncos, shout out to Rick Upchurch, who was watching earlier. I don't know if you're still out there, buddy, but happy Father's Day to you. And happy Father's Day to every father out there and mothers who are fathers as well. Happy Father's Day. But Rick, shout out to you for jumping in there in the chat room as well. Okay. What's your favorite meal, top to bottom, starting with an appetizer?
I like nachos.
Okay.
And they're both an appetizer and a meal.
Very true.
So
very true.
Nachos,
you like everything on the nacho dish?
Oh yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
Okay. The sloppy, everything. Gotcha.
Like some days it's just like a cheese and thing. One thing I really like on nachos that is underrated is lettuce.
Oh yeah.
There's something about that, like
the shredded lettuce.
Crunchy,
Yeah.
Like I really like lettuce on nachos.
Okay.
I like nice cold like cider.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about a dessert?
Ice cream. Can't go
Flavor?
wrong. I like vanilla with chocolate like the like the hard stuff on top.
Today is National Vanilla Milkshake Day that you
Really?
mentioned vanilla. Yesterday was Ice Cream Day. Today is National Vanilla Milkshake Day. Every June 20th, celebrating National Vanilla Milkshake Day, the cold beverage made with vanilla ice cream, vanilla, and milk. So there, and it's also Ice Cream Soda Day. So if you like the old ice cream sodas, yeah, there you go.
I don't really like ice cream soda, but my friend got my kids into ice cream.
Okay.
Into ice cream floats.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And so, my sister just discovered the Chick-fil-A frozen coffee or whatever it is. It's basically cold brew and ice cream mixed together.
That's my wife would probably like that.
Yeah.
Favorite genre of music?
I like hip hop, but like older stuff.
So you're driving in your car.
Mm-hmm.
You had a red light.
Mm-hmm.
People are looking in your car just to see what's going on. We all tend to do that.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden you start singing to a song that's on your radio, like your own personal karaoke machine. What song is that you're doing that to?
Oh.
You don't know where I was going with that question.
No, I didn't. Like the Beastie Boys have always kind of been my favorite.
Okay.
And so, like any of the
Beastie Boys.
Yeah. Okay. Intergalactic is like one of my favorites.
Okay.
Like
so you could do that karaoke.
Yeah.
In your car if it came on the radio. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What's your favorite curse word?
The F word?
You could say it. We're on the internet. FCC doesn't shut it.
If
you want to, if you choose to.
So like,
although it may hurt your YMCA reputation. I don't want to tarnish that.
No, that's fine. But
they're not watching.
They're
all busy working. That's why.
Yeah, they're all at camp today, I guess. So like growing up in Canada, like we say cunt and twat.
Okay.
Like just like regularly, and so like not regularly.
Right.
Like I remember my dad, like if he would like slip doing something, he'd be like, you slippery twat. Like
right.
And so
like we would say shit or something.
Yeah.
Right.
And so when I moved here,
whole different.
People don't use those words. And then I started doing stand up, and they'd be like, "Don't say the C word," and I'd be like, "Canada? No. Like, what is the C word?" And so. But I was like, I wouldn't say that word really anyway, in reference to my children. Like
that's true.
And so, but yeah, I think the F word is probably my most used one.
Do you have any gigs coming up, by the way, or
I don't.
Any teaching classes with the veterans you got coming up, or is that sort of as needed for those?
Yeah, so I work on contract with them.
Gotcha.
And they call on me when they need
when they have
me.
something.
Yeah, because I've been teaching it for quite a while now, and so they are bringing up a new generation of teachers, which is great for the organization because it expands their capacity.
Right.
And so I serve as a mentor and things like that. But I actually don't have any, which is weird.
Okay.
I just had a bunch, and then
now we have that lull.
Yeah,
for the summer.
And it might just be because of the summer. It might. I don't know.
Well, when you have some, let me know so I can share with everybody.
I absolutely will.
2 last questions. Number 1, favorite superhero, Batman or Superman?
Well, I have to say Batman.
Because you're sitting in the back
I'm
cave?
sitting in the back cave.
But realistically, who's your favorite superhero?
I would say Batman.
Okay.
Yeah, as a kid, watched the Adam West, boom, pow, that's that kind of stuff.
When I was, I think I was 4 or 5 years old, the house I grew up in, we had the wood flooring. Before carpeting took over, right?
Yeah.
So when the beginning of the Batman show would come on, all the cartoon powwow and all, I would start running from the back of the living room by the porch door, and I had a plastic cowl and cape Batman set, and I'd be running across the living room just doing all the powwows with pretending I had Robin next to me. So, all right, the only question I ask that's sort of serious in those series is this one: when the time comes, many years from now, that you're standing at the pearly gates and the maitre d' is there waiting to welcome you into the pearly gates, what is it you'd like to hear the maitre d' say to you upon entering?
That my kids are awesome humans.
There you go. I like that. That's one of the rare times I've had somebody answer that question with a response relating to somebody else within. Usually people say about them.
Oh yeah.
So that I like the novelty of that.
Yeah, I think that's as a mom, for me,
right?
Like making sure that my kids are contributing to society and doing everything that they need to do is really my ultimate goal.
I'm asking John, if you'd please put up the website address again as we wrap up. We have about a minute left. Final thoughts on the YMCA and what people should do to participate and help support YMCA.
Well, there's so many ways. You could be a member. You could be a donor. You could be a volunteer.
Mhm.
And we have our 5K coming up on 4th of July.
Okay.
It is, I think, our 42nd year
Wow.
running it. It's
Okay.
at Mount Trashmore. That's all the crazy people waking up early on 4th of July.
Right. Ain't going to be
And,
me.
Yeah.
Unless I'm in my studio here.
Yeah. And it's independencedayrun.org. You
Okay.
can sign up, volunteer, whatever. Yeah.
Perfect. There you go. So YMCASHR.org is the website. You can learn everything that we just talked about. Plus, you're on Facebook and all that other good stuff as well for the YMCA. And if you forget all of that, you can always just email me at aaron@thevoice757.com. Speaking of which, programming note, in 30 minutes from now, 12:30 p.m. local time, from 12:30 to 1 p.m. on Cox Cable Channel 4, my TV show, The Voice of 757, brought to you by Sky 4 and my sponsors. Part one of a 3-part series of an interview I did with Coach Chuck Hatcher, who's a legendary in the basketball world, but from this area as well, along with former heavyweight boxing champion James Bone Crusher Smith. And I thought I had big hands. Let me tell you, wait till you see the part of the show where it shows his ham hock of a fist and why he became heavyweight championship. That'll be in 30 minutes local time. And if you miss it, don't worry about it. Early next week, I will upload the episode to the Voice of 757 Facebook page for your viewing pleasure. With that, thank you for coming in today, making us part of your Saturday. Thank you for watching. Join us next week. I don't know who my guest is because I don't want to disrupt my phone right now to find out who it is, but you know you can check it out on my social medias when I post who you can expect next. Make today the best day possible. Remember, tomorrow, enjoy your Father's Day, however you choose to celebrate. Tomorrow is also the official start of summer. Please stay hydrated. Sunblock. Be kind to everybody. Why? We are all we have. We'll see you next time right here on Aaron's Hour, coast to coast. Thank you for watching.